James, in this, the build-up to this game, there's been a lot talked about, the crowd and the lack of away fans. When you're actually on the pitch, are you really aware of what the fans are doing in the stands, or is it just a general hubbub that doesn't really raise above what you're interested in terms of the ball, in terms of watching the opposition?
I think majority of the game, it tends to get blocked out, but obviously you do get parts where, if you're on top, then you're obviously going to hear your fans. But it's a position where we've been in before. It is what it is, and we'll just have to get on with it.
What was the confidence like going into the game tomorrow, James? Obviously had that game at the start of the year where you perhaps should have won, but then the damaging defeat a couple of months ago.
We're obviously in good form in the league. We've been putting in really good performances, and we've been getting the results that we wanted. So that's the case tomorrow, to go into tomorrow and get the result that we want. Is
there a confidence because away from home, that's maybe when you put in your best performances, that tomorrow you can show your best face going away from home?
I think it is. Obviously we've performed really well away from home. And obviously at home games we've been performing really well. We're just in a good space, and we just got to continue that. We obviously have to do a lot of the talking on the pitch. A lot can be said off the pitch, but it comes down to us applying ourselves right tomorrow and getting the result we want.
James, what needs to change from that game at Hampden? Is it tactical aspects of the game? Is it more mentality? What do you think needs to change if you need to turn that 2-1 defeat into a victory tomorrow?
I think it's we have to have a display of a good performance throughout the 90 minutes. I think we obviously cost ourselves the first 45 when we definitely weren't at pace, and we didn't show our game plan which we wanted to see. But going in tomorrow, we have to do that from the get-go, and I'm really putting a performance that we're all proud of.
The gap between yourselves and Celtic has been 9 points for, I think, since the World Cup, and this game coming away at Celtic Park, many people haven't really been speaking about your title chances, but are you saying in the change room that perhaps if you do win this, it goes down to 6 points, still 7 games to play, they would still have to come to Ibrox? Is there still a chance there if you can win tomorrow?
Well, anything can happen in football. We all know that. But it is obviously important tomorrow to try and bring that gap down, and that's what our full focus is. And our full focus going into every game is trying to get 3 points, and that's what we'll be trying to do.
James, Celtic have tended to start really quickly and get in front. Is it something that's been spoken about this week in terms of making sure you start strongly and don't allow them to do that this time?
We always want to start the game strong no matter who we play. No matter what opposition it is, we always want to start the game strong. As a defensive line or the actual team, we obviously don't want to concede any goals in any game. So we know they'll have threats, but we've been in really good form at the back, and we obviously want to continue that. And going into tomorrow, we obviously want to keep the door shut.
And going back to away fans, Callum McGregor obviously said yesterday he'd like to see it come back to the point where you're getting full allocation, 7,000 or so away fans at these derbies. Is that something you would agree with?
It's obviously something that I've played with, and you do get a real sense of atmosphere when you get that amount of fans. But I'm not the person who can decide that, and it's obviously people up above, and whatever they choose, and us as players just got to go on the pitch and just get on with it and play the game.
What's the toughest challenge of playing Celtic at Celtic Park?
I think the toughest is when it comes down to us and not doing what we need to do. And that's the main focus. We need to play what we believe in, what we've been working in every day on the training pitch. And if we apply that, then we obviously take our game to them. No matter how they play, they'll obviously come with a game plan. But it's about sticking to what we know and delivering each player at the best.
James, as captain, not only as a team, but do you look forward to seeing how your teammates react, and is that the kind of message you put across? Games are tomorrow are the ones where it can really make your name at Rangers, you can really push on. So for guys like Todd Cantwell, maybe experience it for the first time, is this the kind of game you try and make it known to them, this is where we really have to perform and this is what we need to do?
I think obviously it does have an aspect, but to perform at Rangers, you have to perform every game. It's simple as that, because the fans expect it. We expect as a club, we expect as a changing room, the standards that we set, we expect to turn up to every game and perform well. And that means no difference tomorrow. We have to perform well tomorrow. And Todd's been a great asset to come into the team. It's obviously his first time there, so it'd be a great experience if he's selected. And he's just got to perform the way we know he can. And the game will take the rest.
How has the atmosphere been in the dressing room towards this one? Have you noticed, because a lot of times we've spoken to you in the past, you've said about putting a better footing in this game after what's happened last time. Do you feel that determination? Yeah,
there's obviously determination. It's against our rivals, and we didn't display what we wanted to do against them in the final. So it's a chance to rectify that, and obviously it's a chance to close the gap in the league. And yeah, we're all looking forward to it.
James, if there's any hope of salvaging this season, do you think this is a must-win match in terms of the league campaign?
Like I said, every game's a must-win, and tomorrow's no different. And we obviously know there's a certain number of games left to the end of the season. We've just got to, try win every single one of those games and see where it takes us.
Yesterday, speaking to Callum McGregor, someone put it to him that I think you and Callum have played against each other 30 times, which is the most that either player have played against anyone in their career. What's your relationship like with the Celtic captain?
I don't really know him off the pitch. I think I first played him when I was at Newcastle in a Hong Kong Sevens, I think it was. It was a long time ago. But yeah, we obviously played against each other a lot of times, and he's obviously the captain now, so yeah, it's just one of those.